Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice and it's by user Deleted. My 21 male building security has informed my girlfriend 20 female that I am cheating. Hi y'all, this is such a strange situation to be in, but now that I am, I need your advice on how to deal with it. Basically, my girlfriend and I have been dating for 2 years and a half. We met at a party and hit it off extremely well. We were friends for a bit, but we clearly had feelings for one another, so we ended up dating. She gets a bit jealous whenever I talk to girls because she has first-hand experience with how flirtatious I am. So naturally, she's a bit iffy about me hanging out with girls. The thing is, I am a naturally flirtatious guy. I don't do this intentionally, but I am told that I am very attentive and that makes girls go head over heels for me. So a lot of times I learn later on that my friends have been trying to get with me. Usually I brush it off and establish strong boundaries for our friendship through my actions. I make sure not to let anything happen. I also want to put emphasis on the fact that when I commit to a relationship, I mean it. I quite frankly think cheaters are pathetic and cowardly. If I wanted to date multiple women, I would. However, I love my girlfriend and absolutely enjoy committing my time and love for her. Anyways, to the issue. I bring my girlfriend to my place often and hang out and whatever. Therefore, my concierge is quite familiar with her. The thing is, recently my really good friend moved to my city and we've been catching up quite a bit. I usually don't have my friends over at my place, but since we are so close, I didn't mind hanging out with her at mine. Of course, I let my girlfriend know whenever she's over. However, around 30 minutes ago, my girlfriend stormed into my place and started going crazy, accusing me of cheating and the sort. I have no clue what's up because, last I checked, I wasn't cheating. Anyways, she goes off about how the concierge told her everything and how I'm apparently effing my friend and on about whatever. She ended up leaving and said we were done. To be honest, I was quite shocked to do anything and I was properly curious as to why she thought I was cheating despite me explicitly telling her all the times that my friend was going to be over. So I go downstairs and confront the concierge. He tells me that apparently he saw me and my friend being flirty and that when I came down to drop her off at her Uber, she was giggling and laughing and being touchy. Therefore, he felt something was off. These were his exact words, by the way. So naturally, I got pissed. I told him that it was none of his business and that he crossed a huge line. Now, the reason why I write here is because I have no clue what to do. There are so many things racing in my mind and I'm honestly confused. How should I even speak to my girlfriend? What should I do about the concierge? Any advice? Well, OP, let's start with the concierge. Why the hell would he stick his nose in somebody else's business? His job is not to tell people what he thinks about other people's relationships, particularly the tenants of the building that he works at. He should just keep his mouth shut and not do anything there. Second, your girlfriend. Why does she have or why did she give her phone number to the concierge? That's just odd. And also storming into your apartment, accusing you of everything, breaking up and leaving. If she wants to break up, fine, but there's no need to make all that drama, particularly since she hasn't heard your side of the story. And you, OP, even though you haven't done anything wrong according to what you've said, you haven't cheated or you're not a cheater and you hate cheaters, I don't know, I guess it's the way that you wrote things that makes me think you're a bit full of yourself. Anyways, to your questions about the concierge, you file a complaint with the building board or whatever. I don't know if there's a building board, the manager. And regarding your girlfriend, send her a message, go to her house, knock on her door, I don't know, try to talk to her, ask her if she'll give you a chance to explain yourself. And if she doesn't really want to hear from you, then that's it, man, you move on. That is, of course, considering that everything you've told us on this post is true. So what do you guys think about all of this? How would you deal with this if you were in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they said. Vodka Philosophy says, I would start by filing a formal complaint with your building manager for his employee violating the privacy of a paying resident by discussing them with someone who is not a paying resident. After that, you can try texting your girlfriend or ex that the concierge misunderstood what he saw and that no visits beyond the ones she already knows about took place. After that, the ball is on her court. Seriously though, report the concierge. And OP responds, yeah, I am already planning on reporting him. I really don't know what to text my girlfriend because everything I'm thinking of saying will just be my word over his. I feel really hurt because that idiot concierge destroyed the trust in my girlfriend and I's relationship. I feel like him losing his job does no justice to this. I don't know, maybe I'm just too pissed, but it's such a stupid situation for F's sake. Himiko says, reverse the situation. Let's say your girlfriend was the flirty one and she invited a male friend to her place. How would you feel? Keep in mind that she's also mentioned to you that your flirtatious personality gets to her. It seems like she bottled everything up and finally exploded on you, which would explain why she didn't care to ask you for details or an explanation. I think you should give her some time to rationalize her thoughts because trying to reach out to her right now could potentially make matters worse. The one who throw 123 says, this is why you don't hang out alone with friends of the opposite sex. I don't care who you are, it is a recipe for disaster. You can say women can have male friends, guys can have female friends, etc. But there is about 1 billion years of evolution working against you in this situation. Even if nothing happens, your significant other will feel jealous and it will affect your relationship. Additional information from OP's comments. I think I will message her to meet up. I feel this is something better dealt with in person than anything. I'll tell her he was talking out of his ass and had no idea what was really going on. That I'm sorry she's hurt, but that I didn't and wouldn't cheat on her. And hope she'll trust me more than a guy she barely knows and will give me a chance to talk it over. I'm not sure whether or not to involve my friend in this. I'm on the fence whether that would help or just add insult to injury. Yep, insult to injury, don't do that. Now, to address my flirtiness, I used the word flirt incorrectly. I have been told I come across as flirting. Whenever I ask how I can stop coming across as a flirt, I get these responses. You pay attention, you listen well, you look at the girl in the eyes, etc. So what do you guys reckon I do? Stop all these behaviors? I don't give romantic attention to any woman, but if they find it that way, it's my fault? Really? If a guy thought a girl was trying to woo him when she was being friendly, everyone would carry pitchforks and bully the guy. Why is it so that when some girls think that me actually valuing what they say is an indication that I want to F them, and then everyone here finds me to be a guy toying with their feelings? Finally, about leaving her. As easy as that comes out, it's hurting my gut quite a bit thinking about it. I mean, everyone has flaws. Despite this, she's one of the most caring people I have ever been with. Anyway, for now, I have no clue what to do since I'm blocked. I'm not sure if I should go through with our mutual friends. OP's edit. Wow, I didn't expect so many comments and I really appreciate all of you taking the time to give me advice. I felt quite trashy last night and decided to sleep. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I think the effects of last night are raining down on me because I feel quite sick to the stomach. It all feels like an elaborate nightmare. For now, I'm going to go through the advice everyone has so kindly offered and piece together what I should do. Alright, well I think the community gave OP some decent advice and things to think about. And OP addressed the flirtatious bit, which I'm still, on the fence about. I don't know about you guys. Maybe let me know in the comments. In any case, OP has given us 2 updates to this story. So let's move on to the next one to find out what happened next. But of course before that, here's another one of my playlists for you to enjoy after this video. Now let's move on with that update. Hi everyone, I have another couple of questions because things have gotten a lot worse since. So she blocked me on everything after I messaged her to meet up so we could talk about it. Then she went on to tell all our friends and everyone seemed to know. A lot of them have messaged me with some horrible stuff and it feels like someone punched my gut. I mean, for F's sake, I didn't even cheat, and it makes me want to cry when people just assume I am a cheater. I have always thought cheaters were the lowest of the low, and being branded one hurts a lot. Nonetheless, some of my friends were curious about my side of the story, so I decided to have them over and tell them all about it. My friend, who was caught cheating with me, is also going to be coming over. Any advice on how to approach this? I don't want it to be simply my word against hers. I'm also not sure what to do about the concierge. This dude has single-handedly ruined my life. I mean, I have lost a lot of hope in saving my relationship and just wish this could all end and become normal. I really don't think getting him fired will do any justice. A few of you have recommended suing him for slander. I haven't brought this situation up to my parents, but I will do if nothing improves. Also, thanks a lot to those who have been gentle and empathetic about my situation. This would be extremely depressing to go through alone. I will definitely find a way to repay those few and have you know what you have me if, God forbid, anything happens in your own lives. Also, I want to put this out there. I've dated a few girls already and no one was as jealous as my current girlfriend. All those relationships were pretty successful. The only reason they ended was because of factors out of our control. It as to moving away. I am open to seeing where I am wrong, but given my history, I don't see that I am. Especially since I have been extremely accommodating to her. I let her know whenever I am meeting my friends. I let her know where I am meeting them and I make sure she meets them. She seems to have a problem with every single one of them, so it's not like I can cut them out of our lives, but I do establish strong boundaries with my friends. If any of my friends go as far as negging my girlfriend, I explicitly tell them that they are taking it too far. If they continue, I cut them out. I respect my girlfriend and I don't take crap about her, but there are certain things that make the whole situation awkward that I cannot really control. If they get a bit too touchy, I exit the situation, but I just can't call them out on it. Then I'll be the guy who has weird thoughts about things even though I know I am correct. In any case, in general, things are going a lot better than I thought. One of my friends had a smart idea of asking the concierge about what he saw before coming up. He told her everything he said to me yesterday, but he went a bit overboard by saying that apparently her hair was a mess and her clothes were a mess too. I'm glad he did say those things because she recorded all of it. My friends really supported me ever since they came over, and the best part is that these are my friends from the start, ever since I left for university. The others were mainly close to her, so it makes sense how they reacted. I told my friends about these threads and they took a few digs at me. We've had some productive conversations and agreed on some steps that I should take to save face. They've also comforted me quite a bit and it's been amazing. I'm heading into my final year of university, so I guess I can last a year. I'm a bit glad the university is huge and not tight-knit so that I won't have many awkward situations. I was planning on doing my master's here to stay close to my ex, but now that weight is off my shoulders. I'm planning on starting anew in another place. London seems pretty nice, and I've always wanted to go, so maybe that's where I'll be next. I guess I lost a decent amount of friends, but I found out who my decent friends were. We're planning on heading to a bar now just to take my mind off the situation and loosen up. Okay, now I've got a question. I'm a bit confused. When OP says his friends, are these friends his mates or are these all girls? Because the friend that recorded the concierge apparently was a girl. The friend that he was catching up with was also a girl. And I get the impression that all of these friends are girls. What do you guys think? Am I off on that or is that confusing for you too? Because if I'm right, then I would kind of understand the girlfriend's jealousy. Anyways, it's time to move on to the final update to see how this story ends. So basically, as I somewhat said in my previous post, my friends came over and supported me quite a bit. We agreed on some steps I should take next. Block her and all her friends from my social media. All in all, just avoid that friend group. Do not respond to any social media posts because it will just add fuel to the flame. Get in contact with lawyers because one of my friend's parents, a lawyer, said that I have a strong case and I should pursue it. Further, I'll demand an apology letter from the concierge. I have already spoken to my parents and they have got me in touch with their friends who are lawyers, so I will take it from there. Finally, I should move out of my building, even if the concierge is fired. My lease will be ending soon, so it's not that bad. Apart from that, my friends just supported me and reassured me that I didn't do anything wrong. Since every single one of you was attacking me for being a flirt, I asked them for their honest opinion on me being a flirt. Apparently, they said they never called me a flirt, but they said that they just told me that some girls confided in them that they thought I was being flirty. They wrote that up to the girls reading into things and not me. Nonetheless, I learned I wasn't 100% correct in the way I approached my friendships. A few of my friends brought up some of the points you guys mentioned in the posts and said that you guys were spot on about them. They offered me suggestions on how to work on these points. Hopefully, I won't have any more girlfriends leaving me because of my concierges in the future. I haven't heard back from my ex yet. Her friends are just spamming me with crap, but I haven't replied to them. I don't think I will, and I'll just end up blocking them. I'd like to speak to my ex in the future to get some closure, but it doesn't seem like it will be anytime soon. I'm still in shock because we've been together for nearly 3 years. That's nearly all of my university life, which is weird to think about. I thought we were a perfect couple, but I guess not. I also have to say I got quite arrogant and cocky in the past thread, and I'm sorry about that. I was just ticked off and overwhelmed, so that was my defense mechanism. I didn't mean to flex that I've been with many girls or whatever, but I got a bit annoyed by people constantly saying that I intentionally flirt to get attention from them. It's one thing to brush off a comment or two, but when it gets to 50 plus comments saying the same thing, one starts to get defensive. Regardless, I should have kept my composure and I shouldn't have reacted badly. After all, it was my idea to seek advice from you all. Last night was a bit weird though. My friends and I went out to a bar and got a bit drunk. On my way home, my cheating friend, she's going to kill me for calling her that, LMAO, offered to sleep to be there for me. Well, things happened. Full circle, I guess. However, I told her it was going to be a one-time thing because I didn't want to rebound into a relationship or anything. I'm thinking of living a single life now. I am going to hit the gym harder than ever, destroy the school, and get into a master's program in London. Move on and just focus on me. No more girls for a while. Also, I'm not sure if I will be allowed to update on the concierge situation since we're taking legal action. If I'm not allowed to, maybe I'll post what happened. Not sure though. He didn't. All in all, I appreciate everyone's response, even those who were quite harsh to me. I understand that you had my best interest at heart, and I really appreciate that. I'm not sure when I'll be ready to date again, but I will take my time because, from what I've heard, I have a lot to learn. Thanks once again to everyone. Opie's edit. You lot are right about me being a douchehead for sleeping with my friend. I accept that. It just happened, and that was that. Sorry to disappoint y'all. Well, OP, I guess it's somewhat of a positive update for you. I mean, you've got all your resolutions, you're taking legal action, and things are moving forward. So here's wishing you the best in the future, and thank you for sharing. Take care, OP. Now, let's finish this video with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance, and it's by user Pattycake. Fine then, I'll just take the paternity leave. Many years ago, I was a sales manager for the now defunct Circuit City. My wife and I were expecting our first child. This was in 1999. My wife was leaving her place of employment as she was planning on staying home with our daughter once she was born. Being our first child, I wanted to be home for a little while at the beginning. As I was talking to my store manager to arrange to have some time off when my daughter was born, I asked for a week off. I was met with opposition and told I could only have 2 days off because we don't have extra management coverage. Yet we somehow cover people's vacations. This was absolutely ridiculous, and luckily I had done my homework. The way the Family Medical Leave Act law is written, the parents can take up to 12 weeks of maternity or paternity leave, and their job is guaranteed to be waiting for them when they return. I believe this is meant to be combined between the parents, but since my wife was leaving her job permanently and not taking maternity leave, that left 12 weeks available for me to take. Paternity leave is rarely ever done because it is most often unpaid leave. I, however, had plenty of personal time off saved up, vacation and sick time, so I informed the store manager that I would be filing for paternity leave under FMLA and would in fact be taking 12 weeks off and would be using my safe PTO to cover my income. He tried to argue with me, but I told him he should probably go contact HR. He returned later that day and sheepishly asked me if I would accept the week I originally asked for. I told him that I would accept 2 weeks or 12 and that the choice was his. I ended up with 2 weeks and the store manager learned that though I was young at the time, I wasn't going to be pushed around and that reasonable requests should be reasonably accepted. Well, Opie, at least you gave him the choice and you weren't an ass about it like he was. Opie learned his lesson though. Thanks for sharing, Opie. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out. So here are a couple more that you might enjoy. And if you don't have any time to watch another story right now, save it for later. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.